So one is to align the entire interagency and everything that's going on in the federal government, right? And as you know, that is perhaps one of the biggest challenges in the world. But when you have a noble mission, a common enemy, and by the way, 100% bipartisan, that's very emotional, magic kind of happens, especially if you get people's ideas and they support what they create. And you have a framework, like a playbook. And so anyway, so much is judged on that in terms of speed. Then the second pillar is further strengthen our relationship with our allies and our friends. So one of the things that we're doing is forming what we affectionately call titanium packages. Marc, you should have done a slide on that one. But as opposed to doing bilateral partnerships on like a one-off thing here, you know, hey, we're going to help you with some foreign investment here, some trade here, some educational things here, some aid here. So why not put it in a package? And why not do a strategic plan together? And that's what we're doing. And now always the question is, you know, all the Silicon Valley people know, inventors are a dime a dozen. What matters most is, can you scale? Innovation, right? It's all about how do you scale. So that's what, then the third one is leverage the resources and innovation of the private sector. This is one of the biggest untapped things. And this is the interesting thing for the State Department guys. It's like, I go, how do you guys do that? Do you have, because in the private sector, we would try to pick a role model, you know, a company that we would really hold up on a pedestal for everybody. And so I go, hey, you know, give me some examples, you know, outside of energy and defense. And it's tough for these guys to come up with that. And then a group came in and I said, hey, I want to be debriefed on this subject. And they go, oh, you'd be proud of us. We talked to the private sector. And I said, well, what companies? And they go, boom, boom, boom. They were top 4 leaders in this humongous industry. And I go, who'd you talk with? They go, government relations, public affairs. I go, man, you gotta be talking to CEOs because that's where the decisions get made. Plus, they're the easiest. And you can be super prescriptive with them. And by the way, they wanna be like you guys because these guys are patriots too. 95% of them, or 99% of them. They just never had a chance to serve. Maybe someday they will. But as long as it doesn't compromise their fiduciary duty with their shareholders, if you ask them a favor, chances are they'll do it. And anyway, and then the fourth one is amplify good, old-fashioned American values, really democratic values, and make those come alive. And through power of entrepreneurship, economic empowerment of women, and of course, education. So it's really moving the ball in that front. And as Meta knows, I've never worked so hard in my life. Stakes are high. And the big question, you know, we talked about is, are you going to be able to move the needle?